I realized he was in the movie. I mean, he loses himself. He completely immerses himself in the part to the point where I even forget that he's an actor in the movie, but he's so good.
You, and it is down to me.
And coming up is one of my favorite sequences in the movie, the duel of the battle of wits,
There's nothing to explain. You're trying to kidnap
the tortured logic that Bill Goldman comes up with as to why Wally Shawn as Vizzini should or should not pick which goblet is just, it's masterful, it's brilliant, and it's funny, and he winds up with this wonderfully hip anachronistic line, which is,
Let me put it this way.
one of the most famous thing is never get involved in a land war in Asia, which is like, it was a great comment on the Vietnam War that's thrown into the middle of this film.
To the death, I accept.
Good. Then pour the wine.
And here we got the iocane powder. Odorless, tasteless, dissolves instantly.
I smell nothing.
What you do not smell is called iocane powder. It is odorless, tasteless, dissolves instantly in liquid, and is...
This was actually the first sequence we shot with Wally Shawn, and he was so good in this, but he was so nervous about his performance that he was totally convinced after we finished the day's shooting that I was going to replace him. I don't know why, but he's so funny in it. I mean, clearly he's not Sicilian, but like I say, it works so perfectly in this film.
The battle of wits has begun.
It was just this kind of wacky casting where he was, because he is extremely intelligent. He's a very brilliant guy, and Vizzini had to be the mastermind. He was the mastermind for the three bad guys, and he had all the wit and intelligence, and I loved that kind of sort of lateral lisp that he had, and it just it seemed right.
Not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you must have known I was not a great fool. You would have counted on it, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You've made your decision then?
Not remotely, because iocane comes from Australia, as everyone knows. And Australia is entirely peopled with criminals. And criminals are used to having people not trust them as you are not trusted by me, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going. Where was I?
Australia.
Yes, Australia. And you must have suspected I would have known the powder's origin, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You're just stalling now.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? You've beaten my giant, which means you're exceptionally strong. So you could have put the poison in your own goblet, trusting on your strength to save you. So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you've also bested my Spaniard, which means you must have studied. And in studying, you must have learned that man is mortal. So you would have put the poison as far from yourself as possible. So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
You're trying to trick me into giving away something. It won't work.
It has worked.
Adding that little mustache to Carrie also was a great touch. That was his idea, and it makes him, it gives him that Douglas Fairbanks
I don't see anything.
swashbuckling flair. It's a perfect little touch.
What's so funny?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Also, as you'll notice later, we take the license that Buttercup would not recognize his voice, or later when she sees him with the mask on that she doesn't recognize that it's Wesley from the farm. It's that license that you're allowed to, which was established by Superman, which the mere adding of glasses would all of a sudden turn Superman into Clark Kent and completely confuse Lois Lane. And we all accepted that reality, that they look completely different, Clark Kent and Superman. So here we have Wesley and the Man in Black, even though we've added just added the mask, we accept that he's completely somebody else. And there's that great moment where Wally Shawn keels over. My kids laugh every time they see that. So I know it has to be good.
Who are you?
I'm no one to be trifled with. That is all you ever need know.
To think. all that time it was Shortcut that was poisoned.
They were both poisoned. I spent the last few years building up an immunity to iocane powder.